Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll be doing an update on the GTA benchmark that was posted yesterday. Um, Based on the insane stutters in that video, I decided to do extra benchmarking and to see what the problem was. And I've got some really good data for you guys. Yeah, here you go. Epic Games, you can buzzer off. Anyways, look at this. Okay, these were the tests I've done, right? They're like actually surprising. So let me run you through it. So the first test I did was I did a completely fresh Windows install, not like reset your PC. I actually downloaded Windows 10, like the USB thumb tool, and then put that on the USB and then actually like reformatted everything completely fresh. My standard settings is default, but change two parameters, which is the refresh rate and VSync. So I normally turn refresh rate to my actual refresh rate, which is 144 Hertz, and turn off VSync because VSync sucks. Okay, not because VSync sucks, but because VSync limit your frames to your hertz, and we don't want that. We want to see the maximum frames the game can deliver. And in that instance, starters were there, resulting in 3 FPS 1% lows and 0.1% lows, which is terrible. Before I even dived any deeper into benchmarking, I looked at the MSI graphs that MSI Afterburner was giving me, and I tried my best to figure out what the problem was. I had three initial ideas of the problem. One, I thought it was thermal throttling from GPU. This couldn't have been the case because if you look at the GPU usage and you look at the GPU temperature, the curve is perfect. There's nothing wrong with 72 degrees or Celsius on a GPU. Two, maybe it was something to do with my CPU clock speeds. Maybe the dynamic one in my BIOS was just not doing its job properly. This one was more believable, but it wasn't the case because if you look at the CPU usage, it's barely being used. Like 9%, you're vibing, bro. I'm vibing. Granted, it wasn't really 9%, it was more between the ranges of 10% and 30%, so I was still vibing. At this point, I'm convinced it's not my hardware, and I did further digging. So I did some further digging. I tested the pure default settings. For this one, just keep in mind the 0.1% low might be due to my mistake. I think I started the benchmark a bit too early, so the initial drop in FPS might have been captured, resulting in the 28.7 you see. So consider that like maybe 50 FPS or like not too low compared to the 1%. Anyways, so I did that and the spread was as expected except for the 0.1%. Then I did another test putting back the refresh rate and turning VSync on, and we saw the results improve, and the refresh rate of the 1% were even better. Okay? Then, okay, I was like, okay, so this is good. Now let's go back to the original, right? And then it came back and resulted in exactly pretty much the same FPS as the initial test. Then I was like, there's something wrong with VSync. There's either something wrong with VSync or the game doesn't like to be uncapped. So I did another test, turning off VSync, and actually adding an external FPS cap of 144 frames. And that was beautiful. Look at these results. That's insane, right? That's what you would expect. And yeah, that doing this whole test, going through the process, just highlighted to me that if you play GTA, either turn on VSync or even better, turn off VSync and put an external FPS, a limit of 144 Hertz. I mean frames. There's hertz, frames, it's a mess. But essentially, you want to limit your FPS if you can. And that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. And yeah, these are essentially the updated figures.
How are you these days? Fuck this shit! Damn it! Oh my God! You fucking fuck up!
Officers report a reckless driver.
So yeah, thanks for watching.